Alright, so this video is not by any means going to be a nicely done professional video. This is just going to be a casual, really chill video like I used to do quite some time ago. But with that being said, I have a public Instagram as well, which has been linked in the description of every video. It's the same as my YouTube username, but I thought I'd finally mention it in a video purely because I don't think that many people know about it. Sure, people are following it, but let's mention it in a video. Go follow that Instagram if you have Instagram, and I'll be sure to put spoilers and things on there, and that way you can see what's coming nice and early. But with that being said, this is just going to be a real casual video. I notice I always pan around the room every single time I do an intro. But yeah, casual video. In today's video, I'm going to be trying to use this little mini amp right here that you would have seen in my last video. I was going to try and power the Beamers. Now they are for sale on eBay still, so if you're near Melbourne, jump on eBay, search up Beamer speakers, they'll pop up, and you might be able to buy them, who knows. Also playing with a LUT in this video, so let's see what the color grading's like. And I've also got this one of those Nintendo classic things which I'm going to hook up to this system and give my first opinions on, and it's just a really chill mucking around video with me. So let's move the Beamers across, plug my little mini amp in. I'm running it on, where's the power supply, just there. It's going to be running on 22 volts today instead of 12, so hopefully I can get some more power out of it, and we're going to be running it on huge, big, efficient speakers. So mini amp versus big speakers, that'll be up first, and then we'll go with some more casual, just chill stuff, and it's just going to be a really long, boring, not boring, I don't know, say what you want, sort of chill video, so stick around for that. And yeah, also I will say now, apologies for the OCD triggering. It's triggering me because one side of the speaker fits nicely to the left of the speaker, and then in this side it's right in front of it. It's really bothering me, but sorry about the triggering on that. So with that being said, I'm now going to plug these extremely heavy gauge speak-on connectors that are in the back of the Beamers into the mini amplifier, and hopefully it fits. It's most likely not going to, but it's flashing away there, so let's connect that up now. Alright, so I'm just going to crank it up on the amplifier board and adjust all the volume off my phone. So I'm going to have to bear stupid... Man, that's loud. That beeping. Alright, so now I can adjust, let me just turn my brightness down. Now I can adjust the volume on my phone, and man, that sounds loud. How is it still playing? The volume's all the way down. Oh, there we go. Sweet. So now it's connected up. Let's see how these things sound. Sorry, the ISO is extremely overexposed at the moment, but hey, you can see straight through the grills on the speakers. That's pretty cool. Oh my god, I have been jamming out with this thing for the last probably 5 or 10 minutes. This thing has that much power. It is absolutely insane, like deafening levels in this room. Not to mention, I have the Spotify EQ that someone had commented actually about it in the last video. The Spotify EQ is turned fat up with bass, so it's going to be way louder on the mid highs if I turn that off. It is that loud. I couldn't imagine, like, the uses for an amplifier like this are ridiculous. You could use it for so many things. I reckon you could honestly do like party systems with this thing. It's that ridiculous. But with that being said, I'm gonna try and get a nice copyright-free song and absolutely blast the living shit out of it. Probably have to turn the mic gains all the way down as low as I possibly can get them. But it is absolutely mental in here. So one thing I can vouch, maybe not 120 watts, but it is bloody close. I've changed the power source from a... How's that? I think the light's blinking. Oh no, it's not. It's just very dull. I've changed the power source from a 12 volt to a 22 volt 5 amp, from a 12 volt 2 amp. That's probably why it's so much louder. This thing is insane though. I might try and get like a 12 volt, due to the response on the last video, I might try and get a 12 volt battery to go with it and some like little full range speakers and build a nice as Bluetooth speaker with it. But with that being said, let's find a bloody good song to crank up, because this thing is absolutely awesome. so sorry about the microphone. I was just watching that clip the moment it got to like halfway. I'm gonna crank the mic all the way down. Sorry about that, headphone users, but let's try and get as loud as we can with the mics barely clipping, or if not clipping at all. I cannot explain how loud that is. That is absolutely ridiculous. If you want to build a Bluetooth speaker, I'd say you could probably pop a 10-inch in each cabinet, because the beamers are sure moving from that little amplifier. If you want to build a little boombox that you power off a 24-volt power supply, you betcha. Get one of these little amplifiers, 2 10s and 2 compression drivers, and oh my god, you would have the loudest portable boombox ever. With that being said, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, I'm going to crank the mic gains down, and I'll do that one more time. I don't know if you can hear my voice, but I'm properly yelling right now. The mic's facing my mouth. These things are that loud on this little amplifier. This is ridiculous. Can I mention the bass is extremely clear and loud too? Alright, so I also just got a comment mentioning that the heatsink is very, very small and that could affect the power, but I can say successfully after cranking it, it is barely warm to the touch. This thing is actually ice cold right now. Well, not ice cold, but ooh, I can hear that coming out of the speakers. It is barely warm at all. Way colder than that Sony receiver just there gets when it's just idling. So I wouldn't be too concerned about that, to be honest. It's not getting hot by any means. Maybe if you're cranking it on like a 2 ohm load instead of an 8 ohm load, maybe you might start to run into heat issues, but not at the moment. It's what I'd consider cold for an amplifier. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is this is just the end of a Speakon connector. I'm actually just going to plug the wires that go to my multimeter into this and then plug it to the output of one of the Beamer speakers. And I'm going to run a 40 Hz test tone to see what sort of wattage we're getting out of this amplifier before clipping, and just throw some sort of figures. It's rated at 120 watts a channel, so let's see what sort of figures we can get before it starts to peak really bad at 8 ohms. So I now have a tone generator set up with a 40 Hz tone. Let's see what we can get out of the multimeter before we start hearing audible distortion. Let's go. Alright, so we're getting roughly 18.5 volts. So let's see if we open my calculator. Let's go 18.5 volts divided by 8 ohms times 18.5 volts. So it's pushing 42 watts RMS into a, let's turn that off, that tone's so annoying. It's pushing 42 watts RMS into an 8 ohms load at 40 Hertz continuously. Could probably keep doing that for an hour and continue doing it. So RMS sort of wattage, 42 watts, that's pretty damn good from something as small as that, if I can't say so. Also, it's just sort of sitting there. I couldn't actually get it to connect to the back of the Speakon connector, but with that being said, we've now got some sort of number out of this thing. We also know that it powers the Beamers bloody well. This thing's actually quite loud, so now we're going to change this video over to that parcel that's just sitting there and muck around with that for a bit, and then that's just going to be it for this really casual video. Also, check out this audio test tone generator, because you can set up custom sweeps and things, and I'm so going to be using this when I'm breaking in my HOs when they arrive. Listen to this. This is a sweep from, let's do 40 here, from 40 to 20 Hertz. You can have a listen to it. Nice and smooth. So I'll definitely be using this to break in my HOs, and I highly recommend you download something like this for breaking in subs, or even if you just want to blast your speakers and play some excursion through them. But yeah, with that being said, let's pack this amplifier up and let's move on to something different. Everyone just take a minute to appreciate my stupidity. I just screwed the wires back onto the end of this and forgot to stick on the covers that go behind it before you screw it on, damn it. But yeah, everyone appreciate my stupidity. Alright, so now here I have a Nintendo Classic Mini entertainment system that I'm hopefully going to be able to play through my TV screen up here and through my little home theater I have in here, and it should just connect straight into the back of my Sony receiver. So let's unbox this thing and hopefully this thing is cool as. Oh yes, a free HDMI cable. Alright, so here's the actual thing itself. HDMI cable, USB cable, because it just requires like an Android smartphone charger as the power source. So here's to hoping I can just plug this little micro USB into the back and the actual USB port along with the HDMI into the conveniently placed USB and HDMI port on the front of my receiver, and hopefully it's going to work. Alright, so it's now plugged into the power point behind my couch because the receiver's front output is, it does say 5 volt 1 amp max, but maybe my receiver just wasn't outputting just yet, but it's now plugged in over here. So hopefully, I'm hoping now I should be able to pick up my TV remote, switch the source over to game, and then crank the volume down. Oh, I can hear sounds. Here we go. Let's demo this thing out. Alright, so I now have the Mario hooked up to my TV, and I'm losing. But yeah, it absolutely works a treat. This is absolutely awesome. It's really hard to play with one hand, but the music is so, oh, the memories with Mario. But nevertheless, that's pretty much just been a really weird chill muck around video. I'm gonna turn this down now because it is ridiculous. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want more videos like this, chuck a like down below. The more support this video has, the more I know that you guys just want to see some really random casual videos. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. And yeah, thumbs up for some Mario goodness.